If you were to get bit by a sloth, it is definitely going to be a visit to the hospital. See how nice and soft his hair is? That's the other coda that I was telling you about. That's the one I'll bring out this afternoon for y'all. In the wild, they're not this pretty. They're actually more green, which helps with camouflage.
They are?
They are, because they get fungus and algae that live on them. Their fur is designed to where it can grow. All right, let go once he starts chewing on it. That way, different ecosystems can live and thrive off of him, and his body actually will absorb some of the nutrients from that ecosystem. They do not have to eat constantly. He eats twice a day here. He's pretty picky sloth, honestly. So in the mornings, this is what he likes to eat. And then in the evenings, we give him spinach. He will only eat his spinach at nighttime.
Do they eat only plants and stuff like that?
Yes, yeah. We do give him boiled eggs. So he does like boiled eggs, but that's about the craziest thing that he would eat. He would not eat other animals or meat. He likes his vegetation. So
just hanging.
He is. So in the wild, that's what they live off of, is the leaves and trees. If they come across fruit, good. They don't move a whole lot to go out scavenging for fruit. It's just if it's in the area. Yeah, he's just interested in being fed right now. He has no desire about being fed.
Hey, can you see that?
They don't like it. It's like a security thing. He's always on guard because he can't see, so he honestly doesn't know what you are. He gets used to voices, I believe. I'm pretty sure he's pretty familiar with our voices. But when it comes to strange people, it's just something touching him. He's not going to scurry away because he doesn't feel that threatened. But it's just part of his natural instinct.
He walks all the way down from that.
He can hang down, so he comes to the bottom of this front tree, and that's where he uses the restroom. And sloths in the wild, we use the restroom one time about every 7 to 10 days. And so in the wild, eating one leaf of spinach would take up to 30 days to digest. So they don't have to have as much food. Obviously, we give them a lot. He's spoiled here. Yeah, he's spoiled. Any kind of green. He's, like I said, he's picky. He'll pick what he likes. We try not to give him anything that's not a fresh vegetable. We discovered that green beans are one of his absolute favorites. The fruits that he loves are pears and apples, and bananas are one of his favorites.
He's very tired. He always doesn't sleep.
Always tired. They sleep 85% of the day. So he'll eat until he's done. He tells us when he's done. And then he'll go up there and he'll lay until 5 o'clock.
He wants more.
So unless it's warm outside, we'll open his outside door and let him go outside if he wants. But it has to be 75 or higher. We won't let him out if it's too cold. Because their metabolism is so slow that if it gets too cold, if he gets below 50 degrees, his metabolism shuts off. And if he shuts off, then it kills him. He pretty much can starve to death with a full stomach just because his metabolism stopped. These guys are better swimmers than they are crawlers. They're a lot faster, and he can swim. They're a lot faster in water. One, it's an escape. They don't have any desire to be in water. And an interesting fact is they can hold their breath up to 40 minutes underwater.
40?
Oh my God.
Come feed him up close. Get up here. You gotta get right here. They look scary when they like come all the way out, like on the
It's
floor.
kind of creepy. They're super quiet and they do that on purpose. So these guys will only move at night
The little thing.
because everything's asleep in their world.
Last night he was.
All over the place, wasn't he? Yeah. Did he hang on y'all's window?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, he likes to hang on the window at nighttime.
He wakes up just to scratch his legs sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So during the day, I just sleep.
He has itches.
Oh yeah. So they live 99% of their time upside down. Also, they give birth upside down. They eat upside down. Everything's upside down.
What if it looks right then?
It does. It does look right to him. Even though you still got to get super close before he even has a clue. And obviously, between us and him or an animal, he doesn't know if we're danger or not. So even finding a place to use the bathroom, they strategically scope that out to where they feel the safest. Because when they come down to use the restroom is when they're the most vulnerable. That's when most of their deaths happen.
Wasn't this where the bird was in here?
We have the birds on the other end.
Oh.
Do you hear Zachary when y'all are up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zachary.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
And
You'll get
then
to see Zachary this afternoon. You'll get to meet the noisy bird. That's y'all's alarm system.
I know. People be up there.
So he can see the food, right?
Not really. When it's up close, he smells it. He uses his nose and his ears for everything. So just like if you ever met a person that doesn't have their vision, all their other senses turn into hypersensitive. And that's the same with him. So like if he couldn't smell, then your eyes usually get really keen or your ears do. So it's just different senses. But yeah, he really does not see other than blobs.
He ain't old, is he?
He's only 5.
Oh, 5.
how old do they look to?
There's a wide range. The oldest lived over 40 years old, but typically about 20 years.
Does he have babies?
He does not. We had thought about breeding him, but we don't have all the detailed records on his family that he came from. So he's just going to be our
Little sloth.
luxury sloth. I don't know that we will breed with him, but we do hopefully in the future maybe have a male and female sloth to be able to breed. I don't know that we would be qualified to be able to do that kind of stuff. It takes
If
a
y'all
lot
do,
of
would
work.
y'all put the baby in flash and then?
We would do. We'll swap over to that enclosure over there. And Coda has his nose up against the wall, scratching his back. It's hilarious.
You little man.
So sloths live in the treetops. They don't move. They're very isolated animals.
Does he not
They
get
stay
full?
by themselves. He'll get full. Yeah.
Where's the armadillo?
He needs to get his breakfast.
They live very isolated, so they don't need another sloth around, but they're okay if other sloths are around because they don't pay attention to each other. The only time they ever interact with each other is during mating.
Where's the
Yeah, and the girl
armadillo?
screams.
He's hidden. And when mama gives birth, the baby, the longest they would nurse would be 2 weeks. And then they're eating greens.
The armadillo's in there right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's hidden under the shavings.
So if y'all walk in there,
Guys, he's hungry and you need to keep feeding him.
Y'all are good. We have 4 more after you guys, so he's gonna get lots of food.
Feed him.
So these guys can fall up to 100 foot and be just fine.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, huh? Which I wouldn't say that here. That's why we have his safety net. Because obviously a concrete floor is different than the floor of his natural habitat.
Yeah, who does he has predators, right? Because he don't.
Oh, yeah.
He's not. He doesn't eat animals.
Mm-mm.
What eats him?
Cats, lions,
Cats
stuff
are-
like that. Big cats. I'm saying
Oh.
big cats, not regular, not your house cat. They're not going to live where he lives.
Casey,
But yeah, your big cats.
See if they. I think it's your.
I like green beans.
He does. That is his absolute favorite. Yeah, y'all get up there, take some selfies with him. He ain't
Yeah.
gonna mind. Sometimes he'll give you a kiss on the cheek. If he's super curious. Sometimes he tries to use your cell phone for you.
I like how he
Curls it in. So his claws go all the way in to there. So that's why it's nothing but strength. He is actually 3 times stronger than an adult male. As far as pulling. But now pushing, he can't push you away.
Not that tall.
Take a selfie with him. What you doing?
Oh yeah, get you. He's not gonna get you, I promise. He may be curious about your hat.
You too, Matthew. I gotta get one for your mom.
be like,
Give me your flash. Look. Come down here. You see that? Here, stretch down here. Yeah, no. No.
we gotta turn to grab it.
No. Thank you.
Yes.
Good job, buddy.
there goes your mom right there too.
There you go. See? Oh, you almost got a kiss.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Wait,
Where's my phone at?
They have 21 sets of ribs, which means 42 ribs total. They're like an accordion in there. He's curious about y'all's phones.
Look at him.
He's
cute.
You're being very photogenic today, Flash. Good job. So, touching me makes me nervous, that's all.
So
He's like, give me my food.
Look at him.
What's next?
I have no idea.
Do we get to hang out with the baby sloth?
Somebody does later. Let me see.
Pretty sure Mom does.
What's the baby sloth's name?
Zoe.
Can I find it cost?
Yeah, is it Tosha? Is that how you say that? Am I Tasha?
Tasha.
Tasha.
Don't put your hand near his mouth. He makes you have food. He was opening his
That
teeth.
is who is doing Zoe later. So have y'all ever seen a sloth up close like this? You ever been to a zoo or anything, seen a sloth like this?
I haven't.
Oh, that's pretty cool, huh? Hi, buddy. You know, I'm not giving you any more. You got more food people coming later.
Look at him.
You see how slow? They do move faster if they have to, but it just expends everything they got. Yeah, you're very curious, aren't you, Flash?
His pupils are so tiny.
Tiny, tiny. It's because he can't see. Yeah, ain't that right, buddy? The most sensitive spot on a sloth is their hands. Oh, big guy. Oh, goodness, does that tickle, huh? Does that tickle? Does that tickle? So the pads of their hand is very sensitive to them. They don't like it. Say, I don't like when people mess with it. I'm just demonstrating. You're a good boy. But yeah, he can hang just by 2 claws there.
Oh, feel him like that. He just hangs.
He is super soft. In the wild, they definitely wouldn't be that soft or clean.
They would be that sloth.
He's just very green and dirty out in the wild. But in here, he doesn't have that access. There's nothing that can grow on him here. We do keep his enclosure close to 80 degrees, and then we keep a lot of humidity in there.
You're fine.
I was going to say something's going on. Here, let me get him to come back down. You can pet on him. Come here, Flash. Come here, big boy. Yeah. Look, they want to see you up close. Yeah, good boy. Come on down.
His ears right there.
Yeah, you see he's got little bitty ears, but impeccable hearing. So when y'all are moving around upstairs and stuff, that's what draws him to the window and stuff. Is he can hear y'all moving.
Oh.
And he can see like shadows. He sees things moving. He just doesn't know what it is.
Is it food?
Has he ever gotten upset from like pets and get angry?
Not really. He just moves away.
Oh.
I think once have I ever heard what I would call like a hiss. And it's just because he wanted food and didn't care to be touched. So we try to listen to the animals as much as we can and follow them. Everybody's different. Some animals love to be petted on and touched, and then others
The
don't.
baby kangaroos.
Oh yeah,
Sloths fight?
they love it. They can fight, absolutely can fight.
Do they
So
fight each other?
not typically, because they're very isolated animals that they have no desire.
What if 2 of them like are competing over food? Would they fight?
They would show dominance, just like in any animal kingdom, for sure. And that's why, if they got in a fight, they fell off of a tree branch, they'd be okay. Or the branches tend to break. That's typically what would cause a sloth to fall. They're very routine animals. They have to be, because if not, they're in danger. So they do not like to change it up at all.
Has
Hello.
he ever like got on one of y'all?
Mm-mm, absolutely not. We've tried to transport him, and you grab him behind his neck and on his bottom, and you hold him like this, but you have to hold him far enough away because you can see his wingspan, and he's going to constantly try to reach to hang on to something. So instead, we use a branch, and 2 people carry that branch. And we just tote him around like a sack of taters on a tree branch. That's how we weigh them as well. So we put him on that branch and he can get his weight for him.
So cute.
I wonder how many sit-ups he could do.
Yeah. Well, he can outdo us in pull-ups and sit-ups. The thing is he's not going to do it because it's just too much energy. He's just solid
He
muscle.
had more energy. He'd be so fat.
He could be, yes.
He could be.
You're hitting him so hard that he's going back up to his branch right now. Like,
So he could be a super.
And he can hang just like that for days on end.
All day?
Mm-hmm. Never gets tired.
Just think of it. If he had more energy, he could be like a super animal.
Absolutely could.
Could be like the king
Come here,
of the
Flash.
king of the jungle.
You're already tired, buddy.
yeah. He's closing his eyes. He's done.
He's sleeping.
Oh yeah, they stay tired. He does pretty good. We've trained him to where he'll come out, hang out on this branch for a little bit,
What's
get
in
fed.
there? What was in
It's the
there?
outside enclosure for the animals. So Coda up there in that corner, we can open his door and he can go outside and play.
Oh. It's too cold for that.
It is too cold for that. You are correct. Most of these animals down here in this barn like it to be 75 or higher.
Yeah.
He's just lounging up in his hammock up there.
Where's the armadillo? Why is there an armadillo in there?
He's hidden, so any kind of ground critter like that can burrow and
Does
stay
he
hidden
know
and
that
stuff
he's
is
up
okay.
Does he know that he's up there?
Does the armadillo has no clue that there's a sloth in that room, but the sloth is aware that there's a critter below him because of his hearing. But
We saw him last night. He was doing
little circles, so yeah, unfortunately most of these animals down here are nocturnal. So when everybody's sleeping, all of the critters in this barn are going. But yeah, so yeah, the armadillo has no clue. But Flash is aware of it, but he's okay with it because he doesn't feel threatened because he knows that whatever's down here
Does the
cannot climb, can't get to him, nor is it big enough.
Does Coda play with
That's
them?
so funny. It
Play
does
with
not.
Betty.
The armadillo does not know.
Toy-
It's
oh, yeah.
a sloth cage.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So Quadamundis are super geniuses. They can undo nuts and bolts. He can even he can open a doorknob.
Oh,
So we had to deadbolt his room because he can escape and at nothing.
he's big.
He is a good sized feller, yes. We've had him since he was 5 weeks old. He was a
Flash
little
is
body
slim.
on the baby on the bottle for a little while, and then he eats 3 times a day. He eats just about everything we eat. He's picky too. It's funny that our animals are really picky.
What are these checks?
They know they got twins.
It lets us know, or anybody else know, that we fed them. So when we feed an animal, we check it off so that the next person coming in knows. They just haven't been erased, and it looks like he never got fed on Saturday and Sunday, but I know he did. Some people just fail to do that.
Get fed twice a day.
Flash does, yes.
What
Oh.
about the
Dakotas get fed 3 times a day, and we will feed Flash in the evening. He always gets his spinach. That's the only greens he likes. Doesn't like romaine, doesn't like kale.
Spinach.
But he's picky even about his spinach. He won't eat it until super, super late, but he'll come down and eat all of his fiber. We have what's called monkey biscuits. It's just little fiber biscuits to get him his grains, and then he'll eat all of his apples, and he'll go back up top and hang out, and then he'll come down and eat his spinach later.
Are we allowed to go inside of the barn and pet the kangaroos and stuff?
Mm-mm. You'll get to see all of them this afternoon. Are y'all doing the kangaroo encounter?
Yeah, I think
So
we
you
have
guys
to.
get to see our bigger kangaroos this afternoon, which
We
is
get
really
to do
cool.
the kangaroo baby
Yes, yes.
bottling.
And y'all are bottle feeding?
Yeah.
It doesn't show bottle feeding.
So
It just says the big kangaroos.
Still cool.
Oh yeah, you'll get to see the big guy, which is really, so you get to see these. They're cute and fluffy and soft, and I will let them out at the farm tour this afternoon. We'll close the doors and they'll bounce around and y'all get to see them up close. But when you go outside, you get to see our big guys, and that's really cool.
When is that?
Y'all are on 3 o'clock farm tour, I believe. Yeah, 3 o'clock. So it'll be about 4 o'clock when you get to do that. Oh, your kangaroos at 2:30. So you'll do the big kangaroos, and then you'll come in to do the farm tour. And we'll walk all over the farm, and you'll get to touch a lot of animals and hold animals.
I want to touch all of them.
You will, absolutely.
He's trying to run away so bad.
No, he's
He's like, but there's nowhere to go.
He wants to run away.
He's good, so I'm just gonna ball up here until somebody decides to feed me again.
I think he stopped caring after he slipped.
Yeah. Any other questions about him? I didn't say you touched a sloth.
What's his last name?
Yeah. We do not last name these
Do we
animals.
see the bird?
Huh?
Do we get to see the bird?
Yes, you'll get to see the bird.
Does his nose just stay wet?
It does. It's just kind of like having a runny nose all the time, but it's also part of his moisture. So he does not drink water. He can, absolutely can drink water. He's just not a fan of it. So all of his moisture comes from his vegetation and stuff that he drinks or eats. So I have seen him once come down and drink out of one of these black buckets once, but that's the only time I've ever seen him drink.
Did you drink at all?
Not typically.
He looks so comfy.
I mean, think about it in the wild. They're not going to come down. Well, he doesn't dehydrate because all of the vegetables that he just ate, his body will squeeze out all the moisture from it. And that's how he gets his moisture. And he stays in a humid climate. Therefore, his skin and stuff stays moist. That's why we try to offer humidity here so he doesn't get too dry. But in the wild, think about it. He can't come down and just go to the pond and drink because it's too dangerous. So God has designed them to where they don't need to actually drink water.
That is awesome.
I like that thing.
Oh yeah, he's really cool.
Why
He's
is
really
it
playful, but then again, he can be something else because he does have big teeth and big claws. So yeah, he acts like a Tasmanian devil sometimes. He's
I like how he
escaped a
plays.
few times and destroyed this
His little
kitchen.
leg.
Yeah, destroyed the kitchen. He's pretty calm now. He's gotten older, but when he was about 2 years old, I called it the terrible twos. He was very rambunctious, but he's really cool. But if he gets something, it's like he's waving. If he gets something in his hand and wants it, it's his. You can't get it away from him until he lets go. So that's why we have to empty our pockets of phones and anything, because once he gets it, it's his. That's when they get real defensive, is if you try to take something from them. And it happens because we'll accidentally drop something or have something and we're thinking, well, not us that know what we're doing, but guests will try to sneak or grab it back, and then that's usually when they get bit or
It's
scratched.
like,
Yeah,
That's
no,
mine.
if it's his, it's his.
Do y'all bring him out?
We do. He has a leash and a harness.
Oh, leash. That's so
Yeah, we'll
cute.
put him on it, and then I'll bring him out this afternoon when y'all do your farm tour. Let y'all see him. As long as I'm holding him, then y'all can pet him.
What about the armadillo?
I'll bring him out later too,
The armadillo.
and you'll get to see him.
I can't.
Oh, he's one of my faves. He's
What's
our new
like the
animal.
next thing we do?
Next thing you do is you hang out and enjoy the day until 2:30, and then you'll do your kangaroos.
Then
Sound good?
Poor armadillo.
That sounds awesome.
I love
And then
that.
at 3, farm tour's an hour and a half. So you're with me from 2:30 to 4:30. Okay?
Mhm.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys this afternoon then.
Sweet
Bye.
baby.
Bye, Flash. Bye, Flash.
And in about another 30, 45 minutes, he'll be back in his room, so y'all can watch him. We'll let him back in his room.
He's sweet.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Morning, everybody. If you're just joining us, this is Ocoee Riverside Farm. We are halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. We have over 125 animals. We are licensed by the USDA. This is Flash. He's a two-toed sloth, and so we're doing a couple sloth feedings this morning, and that's what we've been watching. The room that we can see inside of, that kind of has those that open window there, that is where Cotamundi lives. But Flash's enclosure is kind of the half door that you see, and he has a 2-story enclosure that he goes in and goes up to. So if you've ever wanted to have a sloth for a roommate, you can do that here. The lodging that you'd want to pick if you want the sloth for a roommate is going to be the camel condo. And usually after this next experience is done, I'll probably walk around. There are people staying in the camel condo right now, so I can't go up into it. But when Flash gets ready to go back into his area after this encounter, we'll kind of try to walk in there a little bit. It's really cool though, and he has an area where you can go outside when it's not actually cold. It is like 30 or 40 degrees. So I don't want to go outside, and Flash doesn't want to go outside. Two-toed sloths need an environment of about 80 degrees and 50% humidity, and it is definitely not that right now. During the summer, he'll go all the way outside, and he enjoys the warm summer rain, kind of hangs out there, and just enjoys it. We do have another sloth named Zoe, so baby Zoe. She's going to be 1 year old in a couple weeks, and if you've ever wanted to hold a sloth, you can do that here also. I'm pretty sure we have someone else at 10:30. I'm just going to make sure, and then I'll be right back, guys. Again, this is Ocoee Riverside Farm. We have over 125 animals, including lodging. Hey, Flash. Hey, buddy. Hey guys, we're getting ready to do another encounter. I think they're coming up right now. So we only feed Flash in the mornings, and he is used to coming down at 10 o'clock. And so we're about to feed him a little bit more, and we're gonna have some guests feed him, and we're gonna talk about a lot more sloth facts. Again, we're live here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. You can come and visit. You can feed Flash, you can pet Flash, and if you want to hold a sloth, you can actually hold baby Zoe. Baby Zoe is a 1 year old sloth that we also have, and then we have here at the farm 125 other animals, including camels, kangaroos, llama, zebra. We just have a bunch going on here, guys. Then also right around the farm, there's tons of hikes, mountain biking, rafting, kayaking, a bunch of waterfalls too. A lot of really fun stuff to do around here.
You didn't see him, did you?
Yeah, see, he's super quiet. So this is Flash. I'm gonna sneak past you just so I can give y'all some guidance here. All right, Flash is our two-toed sloth, and what determines him as a two-toed as opposed to a three-toed is on his front. Here, I need you to let go so I can demonstrate. Yeah, that's what I need you to do. Come on, give me your hand. That a boy. So you can see he has two toes. So he's only interested in food. That's all. So as he's eating, yeah, you see those teeth? Big teeth, and they're yucky looking, aren't they? He doesn't brush his teeth daily. So the reason his teeth look like that, he does not have tartar on his teeth, and every time he opens and closes his mouth, his teeth are sharpening each other. And that way he's able to eat into any of the foliage. Y'all can feed him with this. Any of the foliage, he can eat anything that he needs to try to open. He is mostly vegetation. He is not going to go down and hunt meat, okay? So
Does he eat fruit?
he does eat fruit. His favorite fruit is bananas.
Same.
Same. So you two could share a banana, huh? Yes, he does love bananas. In the evenings, he gets apples typically because there's a lot of fiber and moisture in those apples.
Does he eat watermelon?
I have not seen him eat watermelon.
I wonder what the baby stuff looks like.
A miniature version of that.
He's so much. We have two at our zoo that you can do encounters with, and there's fur's so much like wiry.
It is, yeah.
This
He's
is
really
softer.
soft. He's getting
guys.
blonder as we get. But as he gets older, which he's only 5 years old, so as he gets older, I'm sure he'll get a little bit more coarse. Typically in the wild, so there's a reason for his fur to be long like that. It's for ecosystems to live in. So if you ever see a sloth in the wild, which I think would be phenomenal, they're typically green.
Really?
And that's because, one, it helps with camouflage, but two, it's algae. They have moths that grow on them and stuff because they don't move. He moves a lot more, obviously, just because he's in captivity. Most of your captive animals are not in the same routine as their natural habitat. He comes down and he'll eat twice a day. In the wild, he does not have to eat every day. It can take him 30 days to digest one leaf
I was
of
just
spinach.
about to say that.
Yeah. Yeah, his digestive system and his metabolism is so slow that it takes 30 days to process one leaf of spinach, if need be. So obviously this guy gets a lot more food than what he would have to scavenge for in the wild. So he's okay with that. He doesn't mind it. But therefore he'll use the bathroom more often. In the wild, it's typically every 7 to 10 days they use the bathroom once.
I really wanted to grab it.
He might, so hold it down low and make him come to it. So as he's starting to go for it, he'll reach out for it if you just keep it down low.
Is it true that the ones in captivity, they usually like keep their eyes closed because it's conserving energy?
It is, and also they can't see. So one, they're tired. And then he's gonna be like, "Ooh, what do I get?"
Like, what's the point?
So if you drop your hands down low, he'll stretch out and reach for it. There you go.
No, he's like, no, I don't have to.
Yeah.
His pupils are so small.
They are tiny.
You like put it in his hand?
And do you know why they're super tiny?
Oh, because they can't see.
Exactly, they can't see.
You put it in their hands.
So if you compare it to ours,
Oh,
he can hold it some,
Yeah, there you go.
a little bit, but it has to be a bigger shape. So yeah, they can't see. They don't have the C cell in their eyes, therefore they don't see color or dimension. You see our Coatamundi back there?
I thought that was a red panda. What?
No,
That's our
that'd
other
be cool.
favorite animal.
That'd be cool. No, we don't have any red pandas. That'd be really neat though.
This is so cool. These animals are so well
If you had a baby red panda, my mom would be taking you home.
You think so? Would she snatch it? Would
She'd
it fit in her pocket?
rob you.
She'd rob us. We have people all the time telling us they're gonna snatch our sloth.
Oh. It's like her dog Hazel.
Does Hazel like to eat from your hand?
Hazel likes to eat treats
Aw.
and not really from her bowl.
Aww.
Oh, well, we have a Tootsie, our bearded dragon, likes to be hand-fed. Won't
Bearded
eat-
dragon.
Yeah, she
My
won't eat
friend has a
from.
bearded dragon.
Really?
She won't eat from her bowl either. That's how spoiled she is. So Flash here is 5 years old, so he's still got quite a ways to go as far as his lifespan.
How long have they been living?
About an average of 20 years, but the oldest has lived over 40.
Oh my gosh.
it's hard to keep record of and research on that. So typically when they come down to use the restroom, which is
Don't worry
once
about that piece that fell
every
on the
7 to
ground.
10 days, then that's when they're the most vulnerable. So it's when it can be the most dangerous. So they will research and take their time to find the perfect spot to use the bathroom where they feel the safest.
Which one of your most favorite animals that you have here?
Mine is Franklin the tortoise. He's my favorite. But Bo the Ferdinand, or Bo the bull out there, or Scottish Highland, he's one of my favorites. So they're
That's-
2 of my originals.
Ours do. We come from Fort Walton Beach in Nestled.
Oh, okay.
They just had a huge revamp, and they got.
Oh, no.
Some more
We
Scottish
got more,
Highland
buddy.
cows.
We got more, no worries. His favorite food is some green beans. So
And by
we'll
the
do
way,
some-
last night, when we were playing on the playground next to our house, one of the cows went loose.
a cow got loose.
Yeah, like it was out of its cage.
Oh, no, that's what we call our running trail, and it goes all the way around the center. So no, he's good. He can't get out. But thank you. If he ever comes across the fence, then let me know.
It's like we'll be like a little bit more trouble than
Like
that.
you're just running at us.
We love the donkey early in the morning though.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
He was sitting there, and if we moved, he would like go to one side and then do that, and then just
Yeah.
randomly start.
They do. They're hoping. They know what people are. So they're hoping.
The
that
emus
there's-
are funny when we
there's
first got here.
food.
They were like locked on.
Yes.
And
Every
we've-
animal here is very
I know.
much approachable, and so they get used to people. That's one thing we take a lot of pride here. We don't call ourselves a zoo, but we like that people can have hands-on experiences.
Tim,
Not on the
it's the
fish
fish that you caught.
Yeah, so, well, kind of like those fish. You probably caught a catfish. But that fish tank used to be up into, or those fish used to be up in that condo, but our tank got a leak in the corner, so we had to replace. So now they just hang out down here. So everything about Flash's life is upside down, but to him it's normal. If we were upside down for so long, we would get a massive head rush. Our organs would flood. But they have the ability, they have these sticky pads on their lungs
Oh, you say
and their organs that keeps it still within their rib cages. They have 42 ribs. So he's like an accordion up there.
have like 16.
So if he was upright for too long of a time, would it bother him?
It doesn't really bother him, but it's not comfortable. The only time they're upright is one to climb and is to get to safety. So these guys are excellent swimmers.
Really?
Much better swimmers than they are
Are they better like
crawlers.
at? Do they like?
Because all 4 limbs go. Like
Do they
propellers.
Do they like crawl like dogs do?
They do use all 4
Doggy
limbs to crawl, but they're really slow and low
I was just
to the
gonna say,
ground.
they don't swim very fast.
They swim fast. They actually do because all 4 limbs are moving.
Really?
And they have the ability to hold their breath up to 40 minutes underwater if they have to.
Dang!
It's crazy, isn't it? It's really cool about a sloth. But yeah, so they have to stay in really warm temperatures. That's why we keep it warm in here. If they do not stay in warm, humid areas, then their metabolism completely stops. And it's already slow enough. Their metabolism is already so slow. And that's for processing reasons, and that's why they don't have to move, because they don't need to. The more they move, the more energy they expand.
Can we touch his hand?
Bless you.
Can we touch his arm?
You can reach and touch him, but he may draw it
What's the
back.
most tiniest animal you
The
have?
tiniest animal we have is called a micro squirrel.
can hold like all. Do you guys have like dog food? I see dog food.
Little too much.
We
Little too
feed
much.
some of our animals dog food and cat food.
They like it?
They do like it, absolutely.
Are they native to Costa Rica?
Mhm.
Man, I wish we What's the most biggest animal?
The biggest animal is our 1,750-pound camel.
Oh,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
750 pounds.
1,700, 1,750 pounds. And our tiniest animal is 25 grams.
Wait, which one?
Fish, just like that is. The fish? Well, we don't touch the fish. They're kind of hard to hold.
Sorry, my boy is like flying with the Riddler.
It's fine.
question
I don't
every
mind.
Microsecond.
I don't mind at all. Don't mind at all. It's interesting that she had 3 boys.
I really like catching fish. One day, the day before I went
Inside
fishing
voice.
here, I found a penny when me and my brother Tanner were getting like stuff for the fish.
Mhm.
I found a penny and I gave it to the person. She said, "Keep it for good luck." The last fish I caught it all by myself.
So you like fishing, huh?
Whenever I touch his pot, his head goes nuts.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. His hands are his most sensitive area on his body, the pads of his hands.
Wait, so will he bite us if we touch his head?
He will not bite you, he'll just draw it away, he'll pull it away. He
Wait,
can bite,
He does
he's
have a
an
strong
animal.
bite, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
oh,
Has
absolutely
he-
strong bite.
has
It's a
he-
guaranteed hospital visit, so let's not add that to your vacation.
Has
That's
he
not
bite
really
you?
what we
He has
do.
never bitten me, no.
Has he?
But then
ever
again,
bite
I
someone?
respect that he's an animal and I have no reason to do anything that would make him bite me.
Where's the animal that was in here?
Blah.
Oh, there he is.
Excuse me.
The animal in here is hiding.
He is, that's our armadillo in there.
Oh, he's up there.
No, he's not,
No, he's
silly.
not.
That's where Flash
He's probably
goes.
buried somewhere.
Are y'all doing a farm tour later?
We are.
Okay, you'll get to see everything in those rooms.
I really want to see the
I'll bring
baby
him out.
sloth. I want to see the baby sloth. My mom won't let us.
Hey, that's
Goodness, Mom. Mom gets to enjoy all that by herself.
It's just like this big.
No. It's about the size of a...
His head.
The body is about as long as that bottle.
I
She's
figured
got
out-
a big belly. She's got like a pear belly.
I figured out the trick to make him grab it.
Wait, has he?
Wait,
Wait,
keep it right here.
I see what.
And then, oh, no,
do you have a girl sloth?
That's Zoe. Zoe is our girl sloth.
Wait, did you?
We did not breed that. We don't plan on breeding those two together. So we're not going to put the boy and girl together.
My mom, you guys had those brown cows. My mom loved them.
Scottish Highland cows.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have
ours
two
are-
miniatures right out there.
Yeah. I would love to have a mini donkey.
We had mini donkeys.
A
We
mini
had Lilo and Stitch, but we had sold him.
He's obsessed. He can talk like Stitch. Don't do it.
Really? Oh, I love it. Yes, we did have Lilo and Stitch. So now
Wait, do we rub his chin?
no, we don't
Supposed
rub
to
his
his
chin,
face.
just because we don't want him to think.
Wait,
that
you guys
he's gonna
actually,
bite.
you guys had the actual Lilo and Stitch?
No, it was two miniature donkeys. It was our girl and boy. We were hoping they would breed. Nothing ever happened for 2 years, so we got rid of them and got a zebra and a big donkey.
Oh,
But it's not that we may
Oh my
not
gosh,
try
he's
again in the
scratching his
future.
face.
Yeah. We'll try. We rotate out animals. We see what people like. Try it out, see if it's worth it. We have had a few animals that are not people friendly. We used to have
Which one?
kinkajous, but they were nocturnal, only come out at nighttime, and obviously we offer nothing at night. I mean, I'm not coming out at 2 in the morning to give an experience.
I can imagine why.
So we did not keep the kinkajous.
I know where this one is. He's up there.
He is. He's being lazy. He had his breakfast, so he's tired.
What's the most tiredest animal?
Oh, Flash. So he sleeps 85% of the day. Once y'all are done with him, he will go back up there, lay in his hammock, and not move until this
Wait,
evening.
where's his? Wait,
He has a hammock in his room, yes.
Like we would raise it.
Yeah, so when we're finished, I will open that door and let y'all see him climb. They do
I really
climb,
want to see the baby sloth.
and they're a little faster than you expect. He just don't want to if he, he would rather not. But he has the ability. He is 3 times stronger than a grown male.
Adult.
Mhm.
I think he's eating.
He's just hanging out up there playing and scratching.
How do you guys get to have them here?
You can get licensed to have them.
Yeah.
You can own one without a license, but if you have multiple, or use it for experiences, money wise, you have to have a license. We are licensed to have all the animals that we
Like
have.
exotic
here.
animals?
But he's just dropped down the road 2.5 hours away at a farm sale. We didn't know you could own them. We didn't know you could own half these exotics the first time we ever went to a
either.
farm sale. We went for goats and sheep. And then at the end of that farm sale, they do exotic animals. So that's where you
Well,
can buy
Mom's gonna
camels.
He
They have,
keeps telling me
last
when he
year they
grows
had
up, he's gonna
flamingos.
buy me. Oh,
Yeah. They have
Wait, is there more
tortoises.
sloths?
There's a guy up there that breeds sloths, so he'll sell his sloths at that farm sale.
Get a baby.
Baby
get a
Zoe
baby,
came from
get-
Florida.
Get a baby. Get a baby. Get a baby.
Teach them all.
Yeah. Zoe came from Fort Lauderdale. There was a retired vet, genius man, good guy, who raises sloths.
But do
he's
you
not
pick
just
them
going
up?
to give them to. We can't pick him up because when we purchased him, he was 3 years old, so therefore he was not used to being handled. So you can't teach an old dog new tricks. We can work with him. We did teach him to come out here to be able to be fed and petted. When we first got him, he was just in there, and that's what you did. You looked at him. So we can do this, but when you go to pick him up, he automatically goes into defense. They do not like to not be attached to something. So that's why Zoe hugs. Because she's going to hang on no matter what. Same with him. If you try to pull him away, he goes into panic mode. And so we have a branch that we let him climb on if we need to weigh him or transport him from one spot to the other.
Remember, like when we saw the babies, we watched Sloth videos, like the babies that got the mange, I guess. And so they put that cream on them, they wrap them in the gauze, and then they stick them on like a stuffed animal.
Yep.
So
And we did that. Baby Zoe, when she was little bitty, she was 4 months old, they used a towel that they kept in with Mama all the time so that that scent was there and you could transport her with that towel. So she felt like she was with Mom for a while. And then we have a stuffed sloth that she lays on.
Oh, did you guys used to have pandas?
No, never had a panda. There's certain animals we can't have because we can't afford to have the vegetation imported in. Just like a koala. We can't have a koala because we don't have enough eucalyptus leaves.
I saw the short. I was watching baby pandas with
Look,
my
you want
mom.
to stretch down here, big guy?
There was like a.
Listen.
Listen. Hey, do you want this?
Sometimes you need to listen and not talk.
Come down here and stretch on down here. Yeah. Come on. Good job, Flash. All the way down. Show them those tummy muscles. All the way down. You see how smooth and quietly he moves? There's a reason for that. That keeps him safe. So the quieter he is, the less danger he's in.
Me and
Yes.
my mom used to watch panda baby videos, and one of the videos were a panda there was like a basketball hoop, and there was like a block, and then the baby panda fell to the basketball hoop.
Yeah, they are very playful animals. Yes, they would be cool.
We also saw a video where there was a girl like running up a slide, then sliding down, and the bears slide down and like fall into each other.
Like exercise them. So
And different sloths, just like with Zoe, because we've held her since she was a baby, she'll be able to be handled from here on out. As long as you keep holding her, she's going to be okay with it. I've seen some sloths that know how to like pass themselves from one person to the next.
Pass.
So they just go down the line hugging everybody.
Wait a minute,
So these guys are very solitude animals, so they want to be by themselves all the time. So if there's hundreds around them, they're perfectly fine because they pay no attention. But they don't need another sloth in the area. The only time they ever encounter another sloth is for mating reasons.
Wait, why is there
Mama gives the birth upside down, and even when Mom gives birth, they only have to nurse for 2 weeks, and then they're on vegetation.
Again, this is why this is my spirit.
And he can fall up to 100 feet and be okay. We have safety nets, obviously, because
Do
we
they
want
land on their
to.
back or their feet?
It depends, but they're hoping to land on their feet or their bellies. It'd be like a huge
Their
belly
two toes
flop.
are crossed, like, please God, just let me land.
And I'm sure they're reaching for limbs out there. So a lot of times at night, so they move at night, one because it's quieter and safer, but the limb break would be the main reason why they would fall, is they get to reach for something and that limb break.
Is it true that they're not really hunted because if they ever get like shot, they won't fall off the branch because
Yeah,
they're
they're
on there
just
so
going to stay
tightly?
there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're not really in danger or anything.
And the reason why the research on how long they live in the wild is tricky because when they come down to use the bathroom is when they're the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
And so you can't control that. Now in captivity, obviously that's controlled. But in the wild, it's not.
Just sniffing.
See, so I can sit perfectly still and not move, not have a problem. So he'll go up there and he'll sleep.
How's his hearing? Are they?
Impeccable. So because they can't see, their sense of smell and their hearing is impeccable.
Razor sharp.
It's what they use. Anytime you lose a sense, you gain
All right.
triple the other scent.
That was 10
Can I
times.
bring him down?
I'm sure it is. Some people say 7 times. Some people say 10. Who knows? How do you judge that, really?
Tatum, I'm ready with Zoe whenever you
Oh,
are.
okay.
She's just sitting in the car with
I'm
me 'cause it's a
doing
little
it.
warmer in there right now.
Oh, okay.
So,
I did it.
Is that heater going in that house? Is that okay?
yeah, it is. It's just the
Okay.
car's warmer right now. So as soon as they're ready,
Try to
or she's ready. now.
Absolutely.
So hard.
Thank you.
Say it just don't bend quite that far, does
Come over
it?
here. Come stand right here. I'll take
Oh,
a
he was
picture.
just holding on by one leg.
Come over here. Stand right there. Stay where you are. Stay where you are.
There you go.
Okay. Turn around. Stay. Turn around. Go right there.
Go by his head. There you go.
Before he goes back up.
He's
an accordion.
gonna sniff your hair.
1, 2, 3.
He's gonna give you kisses, maybe.
That's so cool. Look at him.
He's been very curious. Do you like his hair product? We do not wash or bathe Flash. He just stays naturally that clean. They're not that clean in the wild.
We see him go in there and climb the
Glam
trees.
Clocker! Oh, I thought that was for the sloth.
Oh no, that's for our Coatamundi. One interesting thing that he does eat that's really random that he would not get in the wild is boiled eggs. He loves boiled eggs.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Like hard-boiled eggs.
Hard-boiled eggs.
I love them.
Oh, me too.
It's a treat. It's
Just
a
about every
treat.
animal here
Put
does.
them on anything.
Yeah.
And the protein.
It is a treat.
yeah.
Yes, it is a treat.
Oh,
He gets his
now.
so in the mornings he eats zucchini, squash, green beans, sweet potatoes. He will not eat his spinach in the morning. Sorry, baby, didn't mean to bump you. Only in the evenings will he eat his leafy vegetables. He eats his fruit in the evening as well. Now he would eat fruit all day long if we let him, but we try not to. So these guys do not typically go to the watering hole to drink water, obviously because it's way too dangerous. So we offer water, but he doesn't typically get it. He gets it from all of his vegetation. Or from the moisture and the ecosystems on his skin. His skin can absorb some of those nutrients.
So they don't really need to drink water.
They don't.
This is like the best animal ever.
That's what I'm saying. You just eat and then you lay down and sleep and then you eat again and then you're done. Like there's no.
That's so cool.
There are three-toed sloths. Those typically have the flatter face and what I call the raccoon eyes. It's what
Oh
you see.
yeah. That's like the animal.
If they have, if they have like really sharp claws, if they're hanging on a tree, can their like nails crush into the wood?
They don't crush into the wood, but they just hang on really
Like-
tightly. You would not be able to pull him. You could pull him with all your strength, and he would not let go of that branch.
Wait, he does have 3 toes.
On the back,
On the back,
all
he does.
sloths have 3 toes on the back. It's your front 2 that determine whether it's a 2-toed or a 3-toed. But yes, you could swing from this feller, and he's not gonna let go of that branch.
What's the highest he's ever
Fall
gone
from like
here?
100 feet.
Has he
and
gone
grab
all-
onto him?
Has he
Well,
gone all the way
on
to
to
the
you,
top?
that's for sure.
Has he gone all the way to the top of
He
here?
has absolutely
He
gone
likes
to
to
the
go
T.
high.
When he gets scared, the higher he'll go. So that keeps him safe. The higher he is in the trees, the safer he feels.
What's a payada?
Fall from 100 feet and
Oh,
grab
baby?
What's a payada?
Where are we at? Papaya. It's a type of fruit.
Wait, so
It's an acquired taste, I can tell you
So
that.
you could like fall from 100 feet and grab onto him and he won't get pulled off the branch?
No, if he's on the branch, he's going to stay on that branch. Even if the branch is falling with him. He's going to be grabbing a hold of something.
Have
And
you
as
ever-
soon as he grabs a hold of it, he feels safe.
Have you ever fed him
The
pumpkin?
door's gonna hit him.
He could be.
Yeah, he'll weasel over it. Watch.
So he could be like falling midair, but if he's holding
As
on
long
to
as
a
he's hanging
random
on
branch,
something,
he
he
feels
feels
safe.
like, yeah.